Why would I ever make my life easier? That just sounds like ludicrous. Welcome. It's time for back day, the back focus pull day in my rotation of rotating exercises. Is there a superhero called Captain Rotation? I'm coming for that guy's job. First exercise of the day is going to be some weighted pull-ups. First, I think I'm going to do a little bit of some core. Just do a little bit of core. Whew. Yesterday's chest day went so very well. Whew. I'm expecting today's back day to be just as good. Okay, now for the exhausting nature of this exercise. I mean, I do come here late just so I'm not in people's way. Maybe I do move to the center bar, because the reason I go to this tall outer bar, because I really don't want to be in people's way, right? If they don't want to be on camera, if whatever. I like being entirely out of the way. We have a 25 on because we got 8 last week as the first starting set, and then now we're gonna try and do that again. First, I guess I should probably stretch. Maybe, you know, doing a weighted calisthenic exercise, maybe I should stretch a little. My form on these was actually really good last time, so let's just repeat that success. All right, no warm up, just right into it. Holy shit. How many was that? Oh my god. If you're new here, these are just pretty chill, normal vlogs. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll be some extreme lifter, but yeah. I mean, at this point, my workout schedule is pretty, I don't know, it's pretty extreme, because the best part about this rotating set of exercises, basically the way it works, again, I kind of reiterate this every day, I rotate the exercises I do first. Each push day, I rotate to the exercise I do first. Basically, yesterday was chest day, which means on the next push day, my focus is going to be on the triceps so that I can put all my energy into working out that muscle. And today being back day, meaning my next pull day, is going to be entirely focused on doing biceps. Of course, I'm going to do back exercises as well. You don't want your muscles falling behind, but this allows you to overload your muscles and make them stronger faster. So what I've noticed so far doing this for 2.5 weeks now, it's really effective. I'm hitting PR after PR while on a calorie deficit. So either this is just a rotation that is meant for me, like I stumbled across something that just works for my genetics and my build really well, or you should try it too and let me know how it works for you. I'm mostly just becoming defined and stronger at this point. Obviously, to gain any amount of substantial weight, you have to go on a bulk, which I will be doing eventually, but bulks are expensive and I can't really afford one right now, so this is what we gotta work with. All right, let's do this again. Oh yeah, that feels heavy. I've been really trying to work on my form for pull-ups, because it's not that my form is bad, but I think I am moving too fast there. When it comes to the weighted pull-ups though, me moving fast does not seem to make it any easier. On normal pull-ups, you can kind of like outrace the fatigue by just moving faster, because you're not getting the strain. But with that being said, on the weighted pull-ups, it doesn't feel like I'm outpacing anything. What it feels like is that this exercise is really good for lats. I don't know, the pull-ups work just about every part of your back a little bit, but it's mostly focused, especially on the grip I'm using on the lats and the, I think the rear delts, I think is what they're called, and the bicep, of course. But man, these are cool, these are fun. I don't know, I always enter the gym with a little bit of gloom in my brain, but the second I start feeling like my muscles are growing, it puts a smile on my face. I don't know, I feel like that's a pandemic all across the world now, is that everybody's just all sad and they think that, well, I'm sad, I don't want to go to the gym. It'll make you feel better. Come on. You'll feel better. Get up. Go to the gym. Go. Come on. Pause this video and go to the gym. If you can, obviously. But, you know, if you can, why not? Why not? Or just do some push-ups or whatever, you know? Work out, move. One more set. You know, I did the responsible thing. I looked up a video how to actually do these, and apparently you want to, like, you know, the yoga motion of the seal or whatever, where you kind of like bend your back upwards. You want to do like somewhat of that, where you're kind of looking forward and bending backwards to get the full range of motion, because the problem I was having, I couldn't bring my arms up high enough, and what I was just doing there is testing out, you know, because looking something up is half of figuring it out. You know, a lot of people are just bullshitting, so you have to actually find out if it's true. And yeah, that feels like it's right. I'll only know if I actually do the exercise with weight on it, but... Ooh. Oh. 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 Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You know, not many back exercises can just win you like that, you know? Or wind, W-I-N-D, sorry. I mean, I guess pull-ups can, but even doing the weighted ones, I didn't feel winded after. I just felt like I was, you know, fatigued, I guess, but this... Jesus Christ. Oh my God. It doesn't even feel like heavyweight. I mean, I don't like these Italian machines, whatever brand this is. It says like made in Italy, Italia or whatever, but they don't tell you how much they base weigh, which is, but they also feel so heavy. Oh my God, like the base bar feels like it's so heavy. Like before this machine and other stuff, obviously I would do close grip rows, which work your upper back a little bit. They don't necessarily target it. They're kind of like a, I don't know, not necessarily a full back exercise, but if you know, you know. What this feels like is it's just targeting that upper middle back. I didn't work it enough prior, I think, is the biggest thing. So this tires me out. But I guess that's a good thing. Well, I'll get used to it. Knowing me, give me 2 more times doing this, I'll be fine. I can probably go up to 45s after that. My body's just acclimating to working these muscles. I'm very confident that I can do 45s on this. Like, I can do it, it's just that it feels really heavy, and I'll probably get maybe 2 or 3 reps. I think I did 8 there. This is purely a getting used to it kind of situation, but still gotta put in the time and the work to get used to it. Ooh. Maybe I could just fall asleep right here. Nobody would care, right? Perfectly acceptable. Oh my God. I have one more set of this? Put me down. Put me down. I'm done. Maybe 6 feet. I ain't so far down. What am I on? Pre-workout. That's what I'm on. Sound off in the comments below. Is pre-workout PED? No, it's not. I mean, it's not a drug. Caffeine's a drug, and it enhances your performance ability. Well, actually, apparently what caffeine exactly does is it stops you from being tired. You know, the receptors in your brain that tell you you're tired. So basically, it erases your body's ability to tell you to cool it. Your body's like, calm down, and caffeine's like, shh, shh. Technically, it's a drug. Hey, I mean, I like how it makes me feel, you know. If there's any vice I could have, caffeine is not at all close to the worst. At least it's not, I don't know, no offense, you know, I guess. If that's what you like to do, I don't know. If you know what's going on, you don't care, Who's to stop you, right? Like, imagine that. Imagine somebody making a YouTube video where they're like, this lifter does meth. Cancel him. Like, that doesn't, that doesn't sound right. You know what I mean? Obviously, probably would be allowed to compete for obvious reasons. Probably wouldn't be safe for them to compete, honestly, but I digress. I'm just yapping, bro. Gotta fill the 3 minutes in between each set, which, by the way, you should be taking 2 to 3 minutes between each set. It's good for you. Get me out of here. I don't want to do this anymore. I think it was last week I said that I was going to do some, like, so a one arm, or like, it's a 2-arm pull down, like a lat pull down, but each arm is separate. Oh, I'll do it another time. I don't know, I'm not feeling it today. Trying out a new machine, Sometimes you're in the mood to try out new machines, and sometimes you're not, okay? And honestly, if you don't know exactly what they do or their exact purpose, maybe just look it up when you get home, What I do know is that I really like lat pull downs. So that's what we're gonna do. Yes, they do work similar muscles to the pull-ups, but they allow for more targeting of the lats. And also you can hold it longer. And I don't know, it's worked for me before. I think my strongest muscle, at least looks-wise, is my back. And I'm gonna chalk that up a little bit to my training and what I like to do. It's, I mean, let's be honest, it's mostly genetics, but it's also just, I like doing exercises for the back that work a lot of different muscles all at the same time, because it just feels like I'm doing the right thing personally, entirely personally. No science behind it, just I like it. And sometimes that's all the science you need. And what I like to do is medium grip lat pull downs. People like to do wide grips, and that's fine, but that's kind of what I'm doing on the pull up, so I don't really need to do wide. I'll be fine just doing this. We'll do interval 10. Can you get that in the camera? Interval 10. Make sure it is clamped down on those legs. You don't want to be moving at all. It's fun when you're doing weight comparable to your own weight and you can just like let it pull you up off the seat after your set. The back is an exhausting muscle to work. I wonder what percentage of your body weight it actually takes up, because I'm pretty sure your legs make up for, like both of them together, they make up for about 45 to more, maybe more than that, of your actual body weight. That's why, it's important to, that's why they can move more weight, yada yada. But the back, I don't think I've ever looked that up. I think my guess would be around 15% of your weight, maybe more, maybe like 17. Probably obviously depends on the person entirely, but obviously the muscles that are bigger are always just more tiring to work. Before we do that, actually, for any of you making it to this point in the video, thank you. Awesome, happy you're here. But also, the second half of this week, gonna be doing a dumbbells only series. I was a little selfish and I didn't want to do it at the beginning of the week because I like these exercises, I wanted to do these machines. Specifically yesterday, I wanted to see how much I could do on the incline bench machine I was doing. But other than that, I think I am going to be doing a dumbbell only series because a couple people asked for it, and I don't know. I'm also going to look into it and see some dumbbell exercises maybe I didn't even know about. But I mean, it's all pretty self-explanatory. Just find a way to do the movement that you were doing with other exercises with dumbbells, etc. But some people can't make that connection because they've never actually been able to go to a gym. Completely understand that, but yeah, I'm going to be making that, so if you're looking forward to that. Time for probably my favorite bicep workout, the extreme failure, or even past failure, seated one-arm curls. I like these for a lot of reasons, mostly because I am lacking in the left arm bicep department more than any other part of my body, at least in comparison to the other parts, right? My right bicep is just leagues, if not even weight classes, above my left. I'll do a 35-pound, right? I'll get about 6 reps with my left arm, two failure reps, and then I'll go in with my right, and I'll rep out 8 and feel like I didn't do anything. So it's a little saddening. The main thing the reason you do these is because you can go till failure really easily and push past the limits of your left arm, kind of like a cheat code almost. Not an actual one, it's just basic science of pushing your muscle basically just entirely past its limits while letting your other muscle, which is already way past the limits of the other muscle, to a point where it is, catching up while the other one's kind of falling behind a little bit, Eventually they'll link up in a harmonious matrimony, right? And I'll be able to just stop doing these, right? I like them in principle, but I actually want to start doing 2-arm bicep exercises, especially those ones that everybody's doing now where they like bend down like this. I don't want to say the name because I don't know how to say it, but I don't want to do those until my arms are of equal strength, because then I feel like I'm just worsening the problem. All right, we've got a 35. Basically, start with your left arm, go as past failure as you possibly can. Actually, I'll talk through it. Ooh. Yeah, Jesus Christ. My biceps are also already tired from doing other exercises with them, but that aside, this shouldn't be this hard. Ugh. Ugh. When you do the negatives and you're going up, don't just lift it up as fast as you can. You want to make your arm work for it still. And then go down as slow as possible until you literally can't hold the weight up. And then watch the difference. It's actually kind of sad. Sorry if I'm hitting the microphone. Okay, we're getting closer. That's important. And then you go down weight if you're not proud with the reps you got in any capacity, which I'm not, so I'm going to go down to 30s. Or 30, because you don't need 2 weights for this exercise. I really feel these so very much, though. It feels like after one set of these that my biceps are just bulging, weird word to use, but it's like the only descriptor I can think of where I am basically, I don't know, man. Obviously the right arm doesn't feel like the left does, but I'm pushing past my limits and I can feel it, if that makes any sense. It's like a cringy fucking thing to say, though. Like, oh, I'm just gonna break past my limits. Nothing can hold me back so long. The average GameStop employee, right? No offense to GameStop employees, but like, you know what I mean. Jesus. Try not to hit the mic so very hard. Yeah, easy on the right arm, and then the left arm was struggling, of course. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Just freaking get with the program, little bro, come on. Ooh, noogie, ooh, that's what you get for being an annoying little pain in the ass. Yeah, we'll do one more of these, and then I haven't done a interior targeted bicep, aka an incline curl, in a while, so we're gonna do that instead of a brachialis targeted motion. Ooh. Ooh. Come on. Ah! Sorry. Cool. An exercise in a long lineage of exercises, part of the Incline family, you know, known for their harder to do status, right? What makes an exercise harder is always its comparison to its, you know, base level exercise. The incline bench is the harder variation of the normal bench. I'm sure it's easier for some people, but I've never met that person, so they can't be real. But if you do them right, they work the interior part of your bicep, which is where a lot of the definition comes in when flexing. And, you know, looks wise, you know, it's important to work those. You know, if you want that undercarriage definition of the bicep, you got to work this muscle. So that's what we're gonna do. Ooh. 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 Ah. 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 Damn, yeah, I think we're only gonna get 2 of these today. Whoa, head rush. All right, I'm good. Head rushes are just your body telling you didn't work hard enough, right? No. Okay, hold on. No. Listen to your body, and I am listening to my body. To one more set and I'll be fine. I just work out too hard, dude. Like, this might not look like a lot for you, okay? But I feel like every single exercise I'm working out pretty hard. So it's probably just because I'm on camera. You know, I'm on camera. People are gonna see this, so I think to myself, pretty much every set, people are gonna see this. You know, be cool. Do something cool. Come on, do something cool, dude. Do something cool. Don't be a loser. You gotta stand out and be super cool. You know, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, which, by the way, sleep is probably the single most important thing to getting stronger, okay? Everybody talks about eating, blah, blah, blah. None of that matters if you're sleeping 4 hours a night. Literally. You negate it by getting bad sleep because then your body can't process the units you're putting into it. It can't give you energy for doing exercises. You're gonna be tired. You're not gonna be at your full capacity. You literally just can't be as good as possible if you're not sleeping, okay? Get your sleep. Get at minimum, you know, like 7.5 to 8 hours of sleep, okay? If all you can get is 6 because you have a job and you don't have the time to work out and you have to work out late, I understand, right? But truly, sleep is so important. Please get your sleep. And I need to listen to that too. I don't get enough sleep sometimes. Ooh. 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 Ah. Honestly, for a day that wasn't bicep focused, I might have worked out my biceps a little too good. Man, my face is looking better though. I'm losing a lot of the fat I put on. Not exercising for 6 months just looks overall better. Obviously, there's this thing. Get off my face. Stop it. No. But yeah, for a day that was not bicep focused in the slightest, I may have gone a little too heavy on the biceps, but that's okay. Gains are gains, right? All right, let's see if I can get this monster flex I did the other day on my phone camera. If not, I'll just show it. Couple more just in case I didn't get it. Oh, yeah, my biceps are demolished. Oh my God. Oops, the back got a good workout in too. And we'll hit lower back on the next push day, the bicep focused one. We'll hit lower back. I just did not have the energy to hit lower back today, which is sad, but. Ooh. Today was kind of uneventful, but you know what? It was fun to have you guys here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you watching the video. I appreciate you checking in, hanging out, working out, doing your thing, you know? Whatever you were doing, thank you for doing it to my video. And also, go to the gym. Go to the gym. You also have a great attention span for making it this far into the video. It's leg day tomorrow, so don't be late, and I'll see you there. Have a good morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And go to the gym. Later.